Well, welcome back to the Homeless Surfer channel. Destry Wade, your Homeless Surfer here, ready to go. Heck of a weekend. Learned a lot more than I thought I knew. It's amazing at 61 how you still learn stuff. You think you see it all, but then you never see it all. Yeah, I went out to the beach. I'll tell you a story. Went out to the beach on Saturday just to do some scouting and get ready for the show that we're putting together, Coffee at Kono's. And ran into an old dude that he's been around a minute, but for some reason I forgot that there's still haters out there. I mean, people just hate you because your socioeconomics or your religion or your color, they never even speak a word to you. They just judge you. Well, the problem with that is 3 years ago, 4 years ago, before I came in house, I was used to it. You know what I mean? It was like, yeah, when you go somewhere, people give you shit. You can't sit somewhere too long because you're homeless and they know you are. But we don't look homeless. It really pisses me off. And none of us are anymore. We're all housed, at least for the time being. But, that's changing. But nonetheless, we're all housed. So we're not homeless people. So we go down, we sit down on a deck, which we've been sitting on since we were little kids. They built it in the 70s. And that's where the skate crew hangs out. And that's where we always hung out. That's kind of our hangout spot. But this one dude who has nothing to do with nothing, he's nobody at all, decides to come up and tell us we can't sit there. Well, that didn't work out for him very well, and nor for me. Because bottom line is, whenever you get in a fight with somebody physically, you lose even if you win. Because I am so freaking sore right now, and I got cuts and scrapes all over my legs that make a big difference. Yeah, 61's, I think your fighting age is over with. It's time to go. We wasn't it a big deal when Foreman at 40 won a fight, right? Um, yeah, like I say, there's no winning. I come out ahead. He left, drove him away. But nonetheless, I'm hurting, man. My body is so sore. But and I just proved something to myself too. I have lost patience with this thing. So maybe being the homeless surfer is going to be a harder thing than I thought, only from the aspect that people judge that homeless part, even though they know I'm a surfer. And yeah, I don't get it. How do you do that? How do you look at somebody and say, I'm going to make a judgment on you without ever even talking to them? At least have a 5-minute conversation, then go ahead and pass your opinion if that's what you need to do to feel better about yourself. But not, this guy got nothing going on. He's a fry cook at a freaking shitty little hamburger joint that sits on the beach. It's a shack. It's not even a restaurant. And the tables that we happen to be sitting on were actually for the businesses in that little area. But it's the beach and people sit down because there's not a lot of places to sit. You can sit on a seawall, but that hurts your butt because it's concrete. This was a nice little wood bench. So anyway, it blows me away that people can be that way. It really does. Um, and I didn't handle it well. So bottom line is, all that negativity we've been talking about, that really hit me. And I think it had been accumulating in me enough to where I just threw, I just threw on the guy. I'm not having it. Who the fuck are you to tell me anything? Especially where I can sit if it isn't your property. And even if it is your property, it's public access. There's no way through it. It's a pass through. And families sit there. Moms change diapers there. It's skaters skate on the benches and shit. I mean, this is not a place where somebody of any nature, even the owner of that place, can't come out and say you can't be there. You can. It's a public space. Cops try that shit with homeless all the time. Oh, you got to move along. And like I said before, when you're homeless for a lot of years, 7, 8, 9 years, you just kind of get used to that. It's not a problem. You move along. Now that I've been housed and I don't feel like being talked to that way anymore, it's a problem. So we're going to have to work on that because I don't want to get in fights every day. Trust me, I couldn't do it anyway. Yesterday, Sunday, I didn't post anything because no way. My body was just wanting to lay there. My poor dog, he was out there too, fighting along with me, man. I love my little monkey. He's got the freaking heart of a lion inside the body of a mouse, but he's awesome. He was, I'm punching the guy's head and he's freaking biting his feet. It was awesome. I just wish he was a little bigger. It would have really been awesome. But anyway, I digress. And I don't want to bring negativity to our channel. Bottom line is no politics, no religion here. Let's not do that. Spirituality is cool. We all have a spiritual side. We from the time we're born, we know there's something um, about us that's special. We're all special. At least we are to God, you know, maybe not to my fellow man sometimes, but like I said before, why the heck do you care what your fellow man has to say? Just another dude trying to figure it out, another woman trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And most of us are completely confused by the whole thing because it's been overly complicated. And that's how they keep us. You know, that's how the negative keeps us in that negative pattern. And I told you this a long time ago, too, like a month ago, 2 months ago when it first started. The minute somebody tries to do positive shits, picking themselves back up, it's amazing how there's two types of people. One want to keep you down. They like you where you are. They don't want you coming back up. The other group of people are more than happy that you're doing something and they're there to help you at every step of the way, as long as you keep walking forward. If you choose to sit down, they're not going to help you anymore. You know, you got to take action. And giving all this free money away to people isn't helping. You know, people got to work. You got to get out and work unless you're disabled or handicapped. Then okay, I get it. You know, there is people like that. My physical body can't do my traditional work so much only because of the body. The mind's still going mostly. It's got its glitches, but still, we're running strong. It's going to be a heck of a week on the business side because this week we got to finalize the attorneys. We got Konos finalized, and we're ready to shoot. It's 2 weeks from today is the kickoff. So I hope you guys are all going to be there for it and show some support. Um, to some homeless guys that are actually just trying to do better. You know, get off the street, share our view of the world. It's a little different than most people's view, and some of it's just straight crazy shit, man. Because you're outside for a long time, it wears on you, and it wears on you. And it's amazing to me that after being here for 3 years and really not going back and forth to the beach much, just because I couldn't physically for the most part, and then as I did, you'd start going down there and you'd see the same old people doing the same old shit. And I do understand where that would be frustrating to certain local people, but not this dude. He's barely one step above the homeless guy. In fact, he's not. He's not at all. But he thinks he is, and it makes him feel good to disrespect us, and that's shitty. There's no reason to do that. We're all trying to get through this thing. Let's get through it together. We're building community. That's what we're doing. We're going to build one hell of a creators community where we all get together, we live together, we work together, and we have fun together. And in turn, we get to make money because this is cool. $100 billion got paid to YouTube creators last year. That's sick, dude. That's more than got paid to movie stars for doing their shit. We're doing 20-minute segments every couple days. It's working, and it will work because it's a new system. It's a new economy. Listen to Elon Musk. I listen to him specifically, and I'll tell you why. The spiritual side of me knows who that man is, and I understand what he brings. Because from the beginning of time, there's been people here or non-people that basically have guided and directed mankind and society into the right directions. He's in space, dude. It's time. This Earth is one thing, but there's a whole other universe out there of all kind of people, all kind of creators. It's beautiful, and we got to accept that. This is Earth. This is us. But there's more, and I know there's more, and I know they come here, and I know they're here all the time. This world would not move forward. We'd be busy just if it wasn't for these people that promote us and move us forward as a group of people together and make us greater. We never would be. We'd still be farming and running around trying to find buffalo and shit. But no, they've moved us forward. We each have a specialization. Like I tell the attorneys when I'm talking to them, your specialization's law. My specialization's marketing and advertising. That's what I do, and I do it pretty damn good. And hopefully, the lawyers I work with, or I know they will, because I'll be watching them, will be doing it pretty damn good. Their job pretty damn good too, because that's what we want. We need that. We need them. They need us. So let's work. We all work together. It's amazing what the world can do. One man who knows how to farm and loves his farming versus the other guy who likes to look at numbers and play with accounting. Another guy that likes to talk the law. Another guy that likes to be your leader. He gets elected to lead you. And unfortunately, those guys just, I love everybody. That's it. Let's go back because this negative energy thing is really pushing against me right now. And it has been. And I've been sharing it with you guys. It's a time where you're starting to move forward. You're starting to stand up for yourself. You're starting to stand up again in the world that you live in, and deciding to take control of your life again rather than let it dwindle and run out of control. And I've been there. I do that too, unfortunately, sometimes still today. That fight thing wasn't being in control. It was losing control. I hate to say it, but maybe I needed it because it really flipping made me feel good. But it got all that negative energy out of me. And that sucks because if you got to do that, that makes me the problem, not the solution. And I'm trying to solve the problems, not create more. Try to give each other respect. It's crucial and important to the overall well-being of ourselves. Negative energy is just that. It's negative. And y'all know I've been dealing with it for a couple of weeks now. It's fighting me. It wants me to lose. Okay. I'll fight back. And maybe that's what this was. It was just me saying outwardly, physically, I'm not taking it. I'm fighting back. I'm going to do the right things and try to grow. But at the same time, I can't allow people to, you can't allow people to diminish you, man. It doesn't work like that. Because once they do, once you lose your respect for somebody, you never get it back. It's gone, and it's gone forever. And I don't need that. I don't need that. I want people to be stoked. Let's get up and have a good time. And one thing about the beach, please leave your shit east of 5, okay? That's one thing we always had that I loved. We always said east of 5. The world's out there. The beach is where the world comes to forget what's out there. So let's get back to that. Surfers, stoners, drunks, flipping moms and dads and kids and everybody there just having a good time together because it's a fun place to be. It's not intense. We don't need our politics there. We don't need our religion there. Stop it. Don't come to my town with that shit. It's not going to work because I'll push out. And it's just like the shopping carts, dude. That was a whole other eye opener to me. It really pissed me off because when we were on the beach, we're locals and we don't like having shopping cart people. That's not okay. If you want to be homeless on the beach, carry a backpack and go sleep in the sand in the night. That's how you be homeless on the beach. Don't bring your freaking shopping cart and your tents and your tarps. No. That's a commercial street out here that I show you all the time from the deck. Yeah, that's what that's for. That's where those people go. Not on the beach. Because all they do is create negative towards us. See, it's like, don't screw the spot up, man. That's a huge factor. Don't fuck the spot up. And they do. Because they bring their tents and then they bring the police and then they bring the public opinion and all the crap that's going on. And that's why that's probably more now that we're talking about it. It's probably why this dude's getting sick of it because it's just getting too ugly, you know? And we just happen to be the ones sitting there calmly that he felt like he could spout off to. But the bottom line is, I think if you really look at the man and say, hey, what's really going on inside of him? I think he's frustrated by the fact that the beach is turning into downtown. And we don't need that shit. We don't. It's got to stop. So part of what you're going to get to watch is we're going to clear that shit out. It's got to go, which is funny of me to say now that I just told you how dare they throw me out because I'm a homeless guy. But the bottom line is, do it right. God, if you're going to be homeless, you don't have a house to go to. You don't have to be homeless. You're houseless. If you're at home, you respect your home. Respect the place that you live. Respect the people around it. We always have. And even though we were homeless, and I have an advantage because I grew up there. So people knew me when I was a little boy. All those people are dead. But, so as I came up, and then my kids came up, they knew my kids because my kids were skaters and surfers. And they fell right into line with what I hoped they would become skaters, surfers, and enjoy your life people. Both my kids are doing very successfully well, as far as finances and travel and learning and growing and developing their lives. They're doing wonderful. And they know they check in on dad. I'm not out here alone all the time. I got my family. In fact, the cool thing about going down to the beach on Saturday was I ran into a couple people that I haven't seen in 5 or 6 years. They got sober. They look great. They're doing well. Even one dude's in a band. That band's taking off, man. Rocker and Shocker dudes. You got to fucking know who they are. If you're from PB, you know Rocker and Shocker. But yeah, those guys are awesome. So I got to see those guys too, and that was really fun. And I know doing this show is going to be great too, because the people that I've met and grew with have flipping grown up. These people that I met like Saturday, what I'm talking about, the ones that are that have turned their life around. They're my son's age, mid 20s to mid 30s. My son and daughter. That's how I know these people. One of my daughter's good friends has come back from the brink of death and drug addiction to reinvigorate her life. And that's so cool for me to see that, for me to hear that. I haven't seen her. I'm pissed at her. Marquis, I'm pissed at you. But I love you, and I'd like to see it just to say hey. Because this is a girl she was so local, dude. She always stood up. She loved my sons. She knew my daughter. My daughter was a little off in high school, but she's doing good now. But she knew them, and she was cool with them. And when I went to jail, she was the only person on the whole damn beach. Well, probably because she was the only one that had a house at the time. She was emailing me in jail and encouraging me and saying, "Hang in there." Didn't need to, but it was nice. It's always nice if someone's thinking about you. When you've got someone in jail, take a minute and email them, because nowadays you pretty much can. I think in most jails you get email, which is way better than the old mail system. So anyway, because the problem with the mail system in jail and prison is, if a guard doesn't feel like passing out mail that day, he doesn't do it. So you might have you might go 3 days without mail, and then all of a sudden one of the guards says, "Oh, this is stacked up way too much. We got to get this out." And then you finally get your mail. Thing about the email is they just they hit print or whatever it is, stuff all comes out, and then you just go up and tell them your room number or your inmate number. I'm sorry, in prison you give your inmate number. It's like your social security number in prison. And it's crazy because I didn't know. I was in federal custody with a 65,000 number, which I thought that was kind of low because those numbers are actually based one by one as people come in. So I was the 65,456th person to walk into that federal prison in the existence of it. Yeah, well, crazier now. They're up to like 120,000. So like 150 years, they only got 60,000 of us, and then in the last 10 years, 15 years since I left, they doubled that number. So there's a lot more people going to the prison than there used to be. I can guarantee you that, specifically on the federal side. States kind of, California specifically, and that's, if you want, we don't want to talk religion and politics, but if you want to understand where the homeless boom came from, where it went from a few people laying around, mostly drunks laying on the streets, sleeping it off, to this is now a lifestyle opportunity, was basically the release of the prisoners from jail. Because if you don't know prison, when you get out, you don't have anything. Most people get out, their families don't want to hear from them, man. You've been a problem for too many years, and they like you're in prison. They don't want you coming back around, at least not outwardly. So most guys, a large number of people, walk out of prison with nothing but the clothes on their back, $100 check, and a bus ticket, told not to freaking commit a crime. As long as you got that $100 in your pocket and you can eat, that might be doable. If you come out with drug habits, that's going to last you a day and it'll be gone. And then what? So they end up in the streets. Then they apply for welfare and they get that, and that helps them survive. And trust me, I've lived on that now for 4 years, and thank God. It's really been a blessing that even exists. Growing up, I was always taught welfare is a very bad thing. And I think you can make it a bad thing, but I also believe that it can be a lifesaver and an opportunity for you to get back up on your feet and create a life again. I got stuck. I got stuck, got out of jail, ended up stuck for it was actually 8 years on the street, 2 years in jails, and 1 year in the hospital. So it was 11 years ago. I hit the street July 5th, 2016 is when I became homeless. My daughter graduated high school in June. Her and her future husband, moved out together, which was great. She didn't like living with me. I didn't like living with her. I had a crazy life even then because I was really drinking hard. She had to deal with all that shit. So they left and went off on their own, and they've done well. But they got away from that situation. So bottom line is, we just got to keep working forward and not let this negativity drag us down. And I'm speaking from experience because it's been a long weekend because of that negative crap. Don't want it. Let's stop doing that to each other. Let's just accept everybody as they are and try to understand where they're coming from. My problem with this guy on Saturday was I didn't take a minute to think about where he was coming from. Now we have. So maybe I owe him an apology. Maybe I don't. It's not real healthy out there to go apologize to people. It shows weakness. And unfortunately, I live in a world where weakness gets you crushed, gets you hurt, gets you killed. And especially the homeless haters are coming back now. I guess that's kind of what this guy's indicating to me. Keeping in mind, in like 2018, there was this big push against homeless people, and people were getting lit on fire right in Pacific Beach, in my home, which is why we went all psycho on that stuff. We're not going to have it, man. All the local dudes got together and we said, no. You're some new dude that just moved in, college kid or some shit, and you want to come out and light people on fire? No, ain't going to happen like that, man. We do take care of each other, and we always will, because we're pretty much what we got. My mom and dad have passed. My son's passed. My wife's passed. I got one good friend in the world that I call my best friend, and the other people are just associates and people that I love and respect, and would go to bat for. But not most, not most. It's just not. It's not like that anymore. But we're getting up. We're gonna take our lessons. We learned them on the weekend. It was valuable. Got some cuts and bruises, but that's cool. We're still moving. This week coming up on the business, we got to wrap up the attorneys, get them all signed and in place. We start 2 weeks from today is Coffee at Kono, so I want you there. Remember, subscribe, like, yeah, I know I screw this stuff up. Subscribe, like, ring the bell. Yeah, Come on, man. Anybody who watches YouTube knows what I need here. I need you to subscribe. That really help. I'm trying to get to that 50 mark so we can run the show live instead of having to record it and then run it. Because I think it'll be so much more impactful live. Specific things like do I have a case? The local comments on what's going on in PB west of I-5. I don't go in the other part of the world. Don't need to. I grew up in heaven. Why do I need to leave? I don't want to leave. So though I have no house there, it's still my home and it always will be. And my family name's there. So I'm going to stay there and fight for it and try to show people that just because you fall down, no matter how hard you fall, you can still get up and go. And you got to get up and go, man, or just lay there. I can't do that, man. I'm going to pretend I didn't fall, get up and be embarrassed like I didn't fall. No, I didn't fall. Yeah, I did. I fell hard. So getting up, getting it going is really important. Finding the motivation inside you to just keep going, even though the self-doubts keep coming, the negativity keeps coming. I can't stop that. All I can do, as we said before, is react, is the way I react to it. That's what's going to make the difference. So with the new week ahead and the big things are starting to break at the end of the month now, everything's basically going to be in play. Yeah, this is exciting. So let's get back on the positive train. Remember, we all got bad days, dude. Don't think, and I don't want to ever give you that opinion. Like, oh, you should always be pumped up like one of those fake people. Nah, I'm not a fake guy. Some days I feel like shit. Some days I feel great. Some days I feel enlightened. Some days I feel less than. So getting over those negatives, to keep grabbing at those positives, keeping in mind the road to success isn't a mystery. It's a well-paved 6-lane freeway. All you got to do is pick which lane you want to ride in and go ride in it. And there's people that'll help you along the way. But you got to go find those people that are doing what you want to do. I love, like I said, my whole point of doing this is I love watching Rogan and Mayer and these guys. They really got it going on. And they're mostly my age. Bill Mayer is actually older than me. Ha! I'm only 61. I think he's like 64 now or something. So that's crazy because I remember when we were all young. And what's funny is we gradually age to unless you look back at old pictures or old videos like Bill Maher in 1989 or whatever 90s doing politically incorrect and stuff. Yeah, we got old, didn't we? God, Bill, you're looking thinner, and I'm noticing your coloring too, which I think I'm close to. It's about I don't know. I just had a assistant in my life that said, no matter what you got going on, just rock it. You look dumber when you're trying to hide it. If you get a bald spot, don't comb it over and shit. Just, hey, rock the bald spot. Okay, I'm rocking the bald spot. It's a lot thinner than it used to be. Trust me. I used to have the others comment like, God, your hair is so thick. Yeah, not anymore. It's gone. But anyway, guys, let's stay true to ourselves, true to our missions here, what we're doing. We're here on a fact-finding mission, man. That's what we're doing. And trust me, there's so much facts and so much legit. And just in this day and age, there's so much going on. I mean, God, it's just, and it's so, most of it's just negative input. Boom, boom, boom. I love YouTube, but sometimes I think YouTube's bad too because where I say that is because there's too many people talking too much shit all day long, all day long. I mean, if I sit and watch YouTube for 24 straight hours, I'm sure the world's ending. I'm pretty sure we're being ran over. But it's funny because when I go outside and enjoy the day, like go to the beach for the most part, it's still packed. Oh, I guess the airports are shut down and shit. But guess what? No one told the people that come here to California for spring break that's happening. They're here just as thick as every other year that I've ever seen them for the last 60. I didn't notice them at one or two. Maybe I did, but I wasn't aware of them. About junior highs when you start really noticing, hey, man, we get a lot of people come to our town out of nowhere to just hang out and play with us and party with us. That's the only bad thing about living on the beach your whole life. They ask you where the dubs, where's the dope, man? You got any weed? It was always weed, but it drew us into that aspect of life. Like, oh yeah, everybody I know does weed. Why do you think I ended up in prison for selling coke? It wasn't a bad thing. Everybody was doing it. I was just another dumbass on the street. Almost paid for law school. Damn it. Didn't get it though. They got me in time. They stopped my life. And they really do, man. Once you get hammered, you're hammered. Now you got to work around that the rest of your life. So I've just finally, once I got homeless, decided to start just admitting who the hell I am. I'm one of the dumber ones, trust me. But I've enjoyed my ride and I look forward to meeting more. I look forward to talking to you guys. I want this to develop and I want you to help me. I want you to help me develop this community of of creators. Sorry, see, brain fart of creators that are coming up with new ideas, things that we can do different, things that we can bring to YouTube. Or there's other channels too that people are talking about. But I always found just having one store that you really like, you get to know, and it always works out better. So I'm going to go with that experience on this thing and say all those other channels are great, I'm sure. But for me, I'm just going to be a YouTuber. That's it. It's really easy to say. People get it when I'm a YouTuber. A lot of us out there, a lot of guys trying. But unfortunately, I think like most things, people think it's going to be that get rich quick. It's easy, no problem. I got a 3-year plan on this thing, and I'm only 2 months in. So, it's coming, and you guys are helping me develop it. And I love you for it. So please go through this properly. Please subscribe, hit the bell. You guys know the stuff. You watch YouTube. Just do that stuff for me, please. I really could use your help. If you feel like really helping out, throw some money on the freaking Cash App thing. I actually got that all set up. I'm just waiting. I think I'm going to call a family member and ask them just to put something on there so I can go, oh, yeah, it works. So give it a try. It's out there. Guys, it's enough. I love y'all. This is a good community we're building. I get a lot of good input. I've got friends and family watching, and I love you guys for it. Please keep doing it. Tell your friends. Please make me contacted. Just having those or those subscribers. I don't care if you watch. Just subscribe. Because once I get to 50, I can go live, and then we do more. And I need that. Please, I'm asking you, help me out. Send your email list a link for me, and let them know. Please turn this on. It's always on. I'm doing one every day, basically. Because they say, well, you got to do one a week. I'm like, well, let's speed that up, maybe. We'll try to speed it up. We'll do it every day. Won't take 3 years. It'll take 2. I don't know, but I don't care because we're gonna be able to do this no matter where we end up. So I'd rather you not follow me onto the street though, because that's you forget, man. I forgot how rough it is, how rough it can be out there. And even though I live right in the midst of all the bullshit, I still have this place to come hide in. I don't have to deal with it. When it gets too much out there, I just leave. And by the way, in our neighborhood, we've had 3 murders in 3 nights. So sums up. Don't want to tell you what. Watch the news. They'll tell you. And it's not a good thing. It's just not a good thing. The hood's the hood because people are drinking and doing drugs. And there's guys selling drugs. And there's hustlers just trying to sell food to people that are homeless. A couple dollars for this makes a guy his living for his family. There's a guy that walks around and sells underwear and socks. Undercover economics, and it works really well. So we'll see. Take a breath. breathe easy. Don't let the bastards get you down. And more than important, don't let yourself down. Live up to what you know you are. And I promise you, once you do that, once you start seeing, I can do this, you boost your self-esteem so freaking much, man. Like I said, it's sometimes I still have doubts every day, all day long. Who the hell wants to watch me? Well, let's see. I'm going to keep working at it, and hopefully, I'll bring you some content that you'd love and enjoy, and can really wrap your hand around and say, "Hey, this is good. This is good." TV isn't good anymore, man. All that stuff. It's just negative, negative, negative. And I think that's hurting me as well. I actually thought about that yesterday. I was laying healing. Like, I think the negativity that I'm absorbing watching TV is starting to affect my whole persona, my whole spiritual base of life. Because you can't believe what you see sometimes. I can't believe what I see sometimes. But anyway, let's move on with the day. I got lawyers to call. Got to finish this deal strong because this is the big week. We start 2 weeks from today. Kono's at coffee. I want you there. I want you to tell friends. I want you to gather around the table. Let's have watch parties. And it'll be fun. And I want your input. What is fun? What do you guys want to see? What can I do out there on the beach that would make your life fun? I ain't Mr. Beast. I ain't doing crazy shit. I would like to be Mr. Beast and give money away like that, though. I think that's pretty cool, especially right on the beach. And I actually met Mr. Beast when he was way back, when he first started going. I was homeless, sleeping on the freaking grassy knoll overlooking the beach one afternoon, like I always did. Drink in the morning, get drunk by 11, lay down and sleep till 1, then get up and drink again until you pass out. That was lifestyle. And one day when I was laying there on the beach or on the grass sleeping, some dude walked up and said, "Hey, I got to give you a ticket." Now, keep in mind, I've already been homeless a long time at this point, so tickets didn't bother me. I even looked at what I thought was a cop. I'm still sleeping and half drunk. I'm looking up, going, "Hey, well, write me a ticket, then. I don't give a shit. Fuck you. I ain't gonna pay it. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go to stand down for the homeless and military vets, and they dismiss all that shit anyway. So write the ticket." And he acts like he does. He writes out a little ticket thing, and I just go, "Fuck you. Leave it here." And I lay back down because I had a chair. This chair, actually, I slept under it during the day, so keep it shaded, right? So anyway, he sticks the thing down there, and I'm like, "Fuck you," whatever. And I'm laying there for a minute, but now I'm starting to wake up. So I'm like, "Oh, let's see what the hell this is going to run. What they want for this sin." I opened it up. There's $1,000 cash, 10 $100 bills. Damn, dude, it made the whole street better that day. Because one thing I can say about myself is I give it away. I don't want it. I kept $100 of it because I want I'm going to go get my alcohol and shit. But I gave 900 of it away to 9 different guys. So everybody had a good day. And that's what we want to be. Thanks to Mr. Beast, 10 other guys had a really bitching day that day. A couple days worth. Because trust me, when you just drink cheap shit for $100, you can drink a lot of cheap shit. Anyway, enough of that. Let's keep this thing moving, guys. I need you. I really do. I want you to allow me to do this. And it's up to you. It's like ratings on TV. Give me the ratings, please. Anyway, love you guys. Hang loose. Peace out. Let's stay real to the mission.